TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who That Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that to the Black and Gold Nation, man. Sports Coma. Late edition is going down. Appreciate the great Saint Think Tank for being in the building. Like I've been saying for some time now, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q. I'm in the building. Much love to the great Saint Think Tank. I salute you guys. Thank you for being here. Much love to the Who That Nation. I salute you as well. Black and Gold Nation. I salute you. Thank you for being in this late live stream edition of the Coma. Carried on. We were supposed to do it a little earlier, but of course we caught the Pelican post-game report Holy Ghost, and we were over there doing really good fun, had some fun on the show. So I didn't want to deprive the family members of talking to the fam about any Black and Gold news today. So I'm doing a late stream. So much love to you guys. Appreciate y'all being in the thing. And this one's called TSC Odell Beckham Jr. working towards split, of course, with the Browns as the Saints' potential landing spot for Odell Beckham. How it will occur, we'll share news notes and items. We'll go over that today. Of course, the Saints injury report for Thursday, or some stuff that's happened with Cam Jordan. And the special teams player of the week is Blake Gillikin. We'll cover that. So a lot of good news to cover in this stream. So I won't hold you guys for very long for the Sports Coma tonight, man. So big ups to the fam. And as we give our shots out to the Who That Nation, pick it and flick it. Who that to you? Kelvin Washington from Phoenix, Arizona. What's up, Kev? Who that to you? Be Kind is in the building. Big Ant, what's happening, baby? Brother Jerry's in the building. Who that to you? Marty, what's up, fam? Who that to you? Haven, who that to you? Big ups to all the family members up in this thing. Appreciate you chiming in. Much love to the Black and Gold family members. Thank y'all for staying up late with me. Josh Gold 23. What's up, Josh? Who that to you, fam? Big ups. All right. Much love to Brandon Reese. What's up, fam? Who that to you? Devin, who that to you? John, who that to you? GM Kev, who that to you as well? What's up, Vic? Who that to you, fam? Much love. Appreciate you for being in the building. And big ups to the rest of the Black and Gold family members that's in this live stream. Like I said, I won't hold you guys for very long as we cover some of the news notes and items of this report. Browns Odell Beckham Jr. working towards split. We'll get into this article today as well. But I'm also not by myself. I'm bringing in a special guest today, my dog. DC's in the building. DC, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream.
Oh, what's up? What's up, family? Who that? Who that? You know what I mean? Good to be up in here, man. A lot of positive things going on with the Saints. We're going to see if we get OBJ, dog. So I'm real excited about that. They're supposed to officially be releasing him today. Possibly, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see exactly how it goes on in this one, man, because the reality at the end of the day is, it's multiple conflicting reports of them saying DC him staying at home, or telling them to not report to practice.
Wait,
And then
they say he
reports-
got excused from practice, and then they said wait, they told him that they don't told him don't come. So which one is it?
it's just that's that bull. That's what it is. That's
No,
what's going
Q. Everybody hurts sometimes.
Yeah, that dude. His pop's got a sense of humor, don't he? It's crazy. But anyway, let's please hit the like button, fam. Applauding coming into the stream. Hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe and join the Sports Coma today. Also, feel free to share these links, the show links on your social media feed. It also helps out the broadcast as well as we get going. What's up, fam? Who that to you, Ryan G? Who that to you, Brandon? Who that to you as well? What's up, Laura Bibby? Who that to you? Much love to the queens and kings of the Coma. Thank y'all for being here. All right, let's get into this article right here from CBS Sports saying assessing where OBJ could end up if released by Cody Benjamin. And of course, this is coming from CBS Sports talking about Odell Beckham. For more than a year, talk of OBJ's miscasting in Cleveland was never actually acknowledged by either team or the star wide receiver. Now, it's suddenly a foregone conclusion that Beckham's pairing with the Browns has not worked and, more importantly, will not ever work. In the wake of his father's publicly slamming quarterback Baker Mayfield and Beckham himself officially requesting a trade prior to Tuesday's deadline, per Cleveland.com's Mary Kay Cabot, the two sides are finally working towards a split. CBS Sports NFL insider Jason Lockenfora reported Wednesday that the Browns are preparing to keep Beckham on their roster for the remainder of the season, only to excuse him from all team activities. Mayfield and Coach Stefanski have long supported Beckham's presence on the team, but with that latter now voicing displeasure behind closed doors and apparently through ancillary sources like his father or Cleveland sports legend LeBron James, his days in a Browns uniform appear to be through. With that in mind, where could Beckham end up in the event he's waived or ends up as a street free agent? And they give you a list of potential landing spots. They start with the Eagles. They give you the Colts, the Packers, the Cowboys, Ravens, Niners, Chiefs, Raiders, and of course, Patriots, and then of course the Black and Gold.
Oh, we number one.
Number one with a bullet. Saints listed as the number one destination according to Lockenfora. They reportedly discussed a trade for Beckham prior to the deadline, so it's obviously they're interested. With Michael Thomas now out for the year, they desperately need wide receiver help, and even more so with Jameis Winston also sidelined for good. Beckham might not salivate at the thought of catching passes from Trevor Siemian or Taysom Hill, but he's from the area and would instantly become a wide receiver one again, likely a chance to return in the market in 2022. So this is the latest on it from CBS Sports insider Jason Lockenfora about Odell Beckham and his pairing with the Cleveland Browns soon to come to an end. DC, in the report is right. The Saints did inquire about OBJ as well. The Saints wanted fell apart simply because I think in many different assets, but one of the major ones that I was seeing was the fact that the money. The Saints wanted to make sure the Browns absorbed a little bit more money of Odell's Beckham's contract, in which they were not willing to do, and the deal fell apart. So let's get into the breakdown on Odell Beckham Jr.
But if they cut him, they're gonna have to pay him like $8 million anyway, and they're not gonna get nothing. So can't trade him. I mean, that's just stupid. Like to not trade him and at least get something. I'm sure we were gonna give him at least a 4th or 5th round pick or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see how it shakes because like I said, man, it's it might be negotiating a release number or whatever. He might be willing to take a less money to get the hell out of Dodge, man. So I mean, we'll see how it all shakes, man, because PFF is also reporting this. Let me see if I can get this on stream for the family members as well. The PFF is reporting the Browns plan on releasing them tomorrow. I mean, which is today actually, but later on today, so to speak, they plan on releasing them. It's coming from Pro Football Talk, NBC. As the key word in this plan is because plans can always change as of Thursday night comes to the conclusion. However, we're told by the Browns' current plan to release Odell Beckham Jr. on Friday. So let's read that again. As Thursday night comes to a conclusion, however, we're told that the Browns currently plan to release receiver Odell Beckham Jr. on Friday. So this is what it is. The move is expected to be accompanied by a revised contract that reduces the team's obligation to pay Beckham if he's not claimed on waivers and becomes eligible for the balance of his salary termination pay. So the challenge for Beckham becomes not making a reduced salary so low that someone claims the contract on waivers. If when he clears waivers, he'll become an unrestricted free agent able to sign with any team. Because he was on the Cleveland Browns roster as of Tuesday, he'll get paid by the Browns for this week. As soon as next week, he could be on a new team. Because he was on the Cleveland roster as of Tuesday, he'll get paid by the Browns for this week as soon as he gets to be on a new team. I said that. The next week begin with the Browns hoping to get Beckham more involved in the offense. On Tuesday, an apparent orchestrated social media campaign began with his father posting a video of various instances when Beckham was open and quarterback Baker Mayfield to get him the ball. He said open and quarterback Baker Mayfield to get the ball. He didn't do it. Cleveland Brown icon LeBron James tweeted hashtag free OBJ. Trade talks with the Saints went nowhere. It becomes obvious on Wednesday that Beckham won't play again for the Browns. Kevin Stefanski reportedly told the team that Beckham no longer would be a part of it, and Stefanski didn't deny it when asked whether the report was true. The team excused Beckham from practice on Wednesday and Thursday, as you see. Browns, and this is posted by Mike Flioria. He's saying that they plan on releasing them as of today, later on today, with a reduced salary. So, of course, Odell Beckham and his agent worked it out where they would not have to pay such a heavy figure, and they made it feasible for them to release them and put them in the street. But like they said, astutely mentioned in this article, that the move is expected to be accompanied with a revised contract that reduces the team's obligation. And they said here that the challenge for Beckham becomes not making the reduced salary so low that someone claims the contract on waivers. If and when he clears waivers, he'll become an unrestricted free agent able to sign with any team. So with those,
Odell in his camp is I guess making it like that to not have a contract so low because he don't want somebody to pick him up. He don't want
right, because of course if they release him, he becomes able to be picked up off of waivers by any team that has the salary cap flexibility to be able to pick Odell Beckham up.
We might have a legit shot then, bro, because I mean he sounds like he has a preference, already knows kind of where he wants to go if he's willing to do that.
There could be a DC. The Saints not really working with a lot of money, man, but we had an opportunity prior to the trade deadline to do that.
The salary cap is not real, Q. Like they will figure it out.
It's an illusion,
right? They gonna call Mike Thomas in there, and we can change some numbers, and we're gonna do this and do that. Odell, look, just give us till Monday, and we gonna back the Mickey Loomis money truck up to your house. We gonna give you the money first on Saturday. But we not gonna announce it till Monday because we gonna pay you straight cash, homie. And then we gonna get this contract worked out, and we gonna act like we got some of our players to give some money back. You know, we gotta do that whole thing. We're gonna let Harley do his thing, so the IRS gonna come sniffing around, and bam, boom, wow, we got Odell Beckham. Just that simple.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Well, thank you for filling us in on that, DC. That was well said. Appreciate that inside baseball on that as well. But let me pull up Odell's contract, which it shouldn't. Let's take it because they have a reduced contract. We don't know exactly what the reduced contract
who's trying to send him to Tampa? Like, how many receivers can they have?
I mean, give me a second. I'm gonna pull up his contract here. It's 5 years at $90 million currently, and let me get it on screen for the family members because you know how we do. We always get the particulars. We start talking money. We always pull up the money as we start investigating this stuff and looking at it. Let me fix it where you guys can get a good look at it. All right, there we go. All right, and this is the current contract right here as of sporttrack.com on Odell Beckham Jr. Here is Odell signed a 5-year deal at $90 million with the Giants that include $20 million signing bonus, 65 of it's guaranteed. An average annual salary of $18 million per season. In 2021, Beckham Jr. will earn a base salary of $14.5, a roster bonus of $1 million, and workout bonus of 250 G's, while carrying a cap hit of 15.7 and a dead cap value of the same amount. So if you look at his year when he signed that contract with the Giants, and he was moved to the Browns, and he's been there for the last several years. You look at his contract He has this year in 2022 and 2023 left. And you can see the money in this year is at 14.5. And of course, that'll be a prorated amount. It depends. This is currently annual, but we don't know what the new contract or the reduced contract will look like for him to clear the books or whatever it is. But 13.7 in 2022 and 13.7 in 2023. Well, he'll be 31 years of age. That's a lot of money for the black and gold to bring in, DC. That's a lot of bread as well. So being released, the Saints won't be initially the first team that'll be able to reach out to get him. It's still going to cost a pretty chunk of change to bring Odell Beckham in. And now when they release him, he's not going to officially go to the team that won't. He might not clear waivers. It depends on which team is there who can afford whatever the reduced contract is and be ready monetarily speaking to claim Odell Beckham off of that. So I'm pretty sure
what if let's say the number is like 5 or 6 million, and then that team calls him and he said, I'm not going to re-sign with y'all because I don't want to be there. What if it's a situation like that? Like, I don't know how the contract will work, but I'm sure whoever, wants him, they'll try to reach out to him. And if he tells them he don't want to be there long term, I don't think they would it's got to be a number where they wouldn't want to make that type of financial agreement if a guy saying he don't want to come. Green Bay is probably a team I think that would be a serious contender that even Odell would have to consider, in my opinion.
Well, like I said, we'll figure out the numbers and the particulars on Odell Beckham's contract, the reduced contract that we spoke about in the PFF article that was released, saying that the company a revised contract that reduces the team's obligation to pay Beckham if he's not claimed on waivers and becomes eligible for the balance of his salary termination pay. The challenge for Beckham becomes making a reduced salary so low, not making it so low that anyone could just claim him off for waivers. So that will be the take. So it's really not he falls to whoever, if he can clear his waivers, who has the money to be able to, and the position set for Odell Beckham to want to go. There was a list of 9 teams that was on the destination list as released by Jason Lockenfora, and what he was talking about potential teams, which are the Eagles, Colts, Packers, Cowboys, the Ravens, Niners, Chiefs, Raiders, Patriots, and then, of course, the number 1 team, which was the Saints, who tried to negotiate a trade with Odell Beckham before the Cleveland Browns buffed at it, because just like the reason they were holding on to him, they didn't want to eat a lot of that money. The Saints simply didn't want it because it don't fit into the capnomics of what they're doing. They wanted Cleveland to eat some more of that money, then they would have made the move. Cleveland said, nah, that's all right, we'll hold on to him. Now they're releasing him in the street because Odell wants to go and he's going to take a reduced salary to get up out of there. So
Q, another thing, if we were seriously interested, and the Raiders, right, they had consideration for a trade too, correct? If we and the Raiders are seriously interested and the Chiefs bucked at it and said they would keep him, and now all of a sudden he's sitting out of practice and everything right after that, maybe Odell really wanted to come to one of those 2 teams and they didn't do the deal and he's pissed. What you thinking, bro?
Well, I mean, that's a possibility, DC. I mean, my thinking after looking at the numbers, and if the Saints really wanted Odell Beckham on the team, they would have made a move on him when we was looking for the trade. Right now, the way I see it is the Saints simply don't have the cap to go after Odell Beckham. They would have to make some moves to absorb his contract. And of course, according to SportTrack, Odell has 2 remaining years here on the contract here. He has 2 remaining years here. 2 remaining years here after this year, which is 2022 and 2023, which is at $13 million in both seasons. Of course, Mickey Loomis could adjust that salary and could play capnomics or play the magician games that Mickey Loomis does. But the Saints were at one point interested in Odell Beckham. But like I said, they wanted them to absorb some more of his contract. So at the end of the day, we'll see how it all moves. Me personally, I just don't think that Odell Beckham ends up in the Saint uniform I don't even think he clears waivers. I think somebody reaches and grabs him off of waivers. I mean, putting him on waivers, he has no control over that scenario. Of course, he can refuse to report to him, but I mean, but whoever claims him owns him. That's how.
Right.
I'm sorry to put the verbiage like that, but that's how they treat the players in these whole little things like a side of beef. They threw it out. They throw him out the street. We have no claim to him no more. When somebody else picks him up, they'll be responsible for his salary. You think the Saints can be able to absorb all that money and
No
still
way.
paying and still Mike Thomas all that big money? Now, of course, they'll reduce Mike's pay by paying it, converting portions of his salary into a signing bonus, like they've done several dozen times over with current players in this year and past years. They could do that. But from a monetary standpoint, I don't see this happening. With him being released into the street, that opens up anybody, and there's several dozen teams that have better salary cap situations than the black and gold. So I don't think OBJ ends up in a black and gold building. I think somebody else claims him off of waivers, and he ends up with somebody else. We had an opportunity to swing defensively if you wanted him, but the Saints, realistically, man, I don't. They looked for him because they know Mike will be out this year, and there could be a situation where they just use him this year. But man, I don't see a future where you see both Michael Thomas and Odell Beckham on the team at the same time with Mike's big salary and Odell Beckham's salary, unless Mickey plays some salary cap chopping to try to keep them two together or whatever. But then you got Jameis Winston, who probably going to take a break because of the injury news. So I mean, he's going to take a cut in salary as well.
You got a lot of money still to play with.
Even
Drew Brees, ain't we still paying Drew Brees this year? His money will come up off the books. So that's like 20 or something. 20 or something million.
You still got 20 plus. You got 20 plus.
Got one more year.
You got 15 more free agents. That'll be 15 plus free agents that'll be available. And some of these guys, whether it's Taysom and all these guys that Coach Payton likes, perhaps you got to look at paying these guys. So it solves an immediate need right now.
McCoy too, I think is
it presents an immediate need in getting a wide receiver right now. But from long range, how does this fit? How does it work? I mean, Mickey can play cap games, but I just don't see if this would be feasible economically.
What if one, if not both of them, take a pay cut?
I mean, they ain't gonna take pay cuts. They'll take what they usually do is they'll take a portion of their salary and convert it into a signing bonus, and they'll get paid up front as opposed to them waiting for the rest of the year to collect that said money. So yeah, that's how
then Michael Thomas and OJ's contract, OJ Beckham contract.
Odell Beckham.
I mean, I was thinking I was saying OBJ. I'm getting tired, but they both basically got a similar contract. I think Mike T getting a little more, but it's only guaranteed for about $60 million. So that 22 or 23 is supposed to get next year. None of that is dependent upon playing, like no players and playing incentives for Mike T. I mean, we still got to consider that. OBJ, I mean, what has he done to command the same type of money? I don't think any team, if you basically have him in a situation to negotiate, because you got to look at what you've done for me lately. He's not going to command a $20 million a year contract. I don't see him getting that type of money right now. Maybe the most he's getting is what they haggling about over the Browns, about $8 million a year. Even that is still kind of steep for the Saints, but I think that's low enough for us to be able to consider keeping both of them. Am I wrong?
I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and say it's not a chance that the Saints don't reach out to Odell Beckham, but I'm saying it kind of makes things a little murkier, in my opinion, because it's not a direct tie from Odell Beckham to the Saints. They had that going before the trade deadline expired, where they were directly contacted with him. They could have had him straight up. Now, with him entering the waiver wire portal or going into the waiver wire situation, he has no control of who he is going to go to. Whoever has the resources available, financially speaking, could be able to claim him. And based on the order of the waiver wire, which is usually driven by standing, who will be getting an opportunity to look at Odell Beckham. So usually, like I said, well, Q, how does that work? You pull up the current standings of it, and that's usually how they operate the waiver wire claim system through the standings. So the poorest or the saddest teams the
higher
Detroit
up.
Lions are higher up in the waiver wire situation versus say the Saints are further bit down there. But that's not saying the teams up there that are sad have the financial resources to be able to commit to Odell Beckham. So I mean, like I
Don't you
said,
have so many times you can claim a person off that waiver wire the way
that
your standing drops?
well
It's maybe similar to fantasy. I wonder. I'm not
similar.
sure.
So
I'm
I
just
mean,
wondering.
but what I'm saying is that the reason why I don't want to get all into that, but what I'm saying is that it's out of Odell Beckham's hands who claims him. Like it's not a direct, okay, I want to go to the Saints. Let's handle this straight up. You see what I'm saying? That only happens after nobody claims him. So nobody claims him after that period. Then he becomes an unrestricted free agent where he can sign with anybody. So, so we'll have to see how that works. Plus the contract, remember that the Browns are on the hook for whatever the reduced salary is that he agreed to because the numbers have not been presented. Only the words of saying that it's reduced. Well, what is the reduced rate? We won't know that until further on.
We know $8 million is what they are trying not to pay. So the reduced rate got to be something under that.
We'll see tomorrow, bro. I mean, later on today, what all that is what that's going to be. So, like I said, but the only way Odell Beckham has the freedom to go wherever he wants, he has to clear waivers. And they have other teams that are looking to claim him off. I guarantee you that there are going to be at least a half a dozen teams that wants to claim Odell Beckham off of waivers. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. So we'll see how it all goes, family. But if anything could happen, this is true. But I just have to. If somebody asks me straight up, Q, you think it happens? I have to say no. I don't think this happens.
It's definitely a long shot.
It's a long shot because if they wanted it to happen, it could have happened when it was them and the Saints, the Browns and the Saints. Talking prior to all that happening, they could have got them straight up then if they really wanted them. So we'll see how it all goes.
Do we really think the Saints are going to part ways with Mike T, especially after how Sean Payton spoke about him today? He sounded as if what happened with Mike T, it wasn't really his fault. So something went wrong with the procedure. I don't know exactly what happened. So in order for us to get OBJ, we would have to seriously consider releasing Mike Thomas next year.
Well, the thing is, with the Mike Thomas injury, it was something new that happened during the healing process, through the rehabilitation process. Right. They went in there and did another scan and found something that they didn't like, which means they had to go back in again to rectify whatever they'd seen in the new scan. Something, you never know. I'm not a surgeon, but I'm pretty sure when usually stuff like that happens and they see something they don't like, they'll go back in there and have the surgery again, which extends the rehabilitation time. And plus, you're not taking any chances because remember he aggravated this injury before, and then came into the season and then healed up a bit and then aggravated it again. So they're doing the right thing. Shut him down for the rest of the year. Next year comes around, training camp comes around again. He'll be 100% healthy, 100% guaranteed. Mm-hmm. So, I wouldn't talk about trading Mike Thomas because we talked about this on the last stream. You're not going to get nothing for no broke down wide receiver that's hurt. You're not going to get any trade value right now for him. And there's other financial.
We could save a lot of money.
I mean, the dead cap on it, man, I'm not for that. All I'm saying is let's get Michael Thomas back healthy 100% and let him get back to contributing. And then we'll go from there. But any other talk about trading him and getting rid of him? No, absolutely not. I'm not going to get rid of Mike Thomas right now. No, hell no. Hell no, because when he's healthy, he's going to be in there catching 60 and 70 balls a year for you. So hell no, I'm not about giving him up. No. And of course, like I said about the Odell Beckham, anything can happen, but I'm gonna have to say on the no front, because if they wanted him, they could have got him straight up. If he hits the street and comes to the Saints at a reduced rate, or where it'll be feasible for the Saints and him, perhaps. But I don't think he makes it through the waiver wire system where he will be totally unrestricted. I think somebody will claim him off the waiver wires. He's just too good of a receiver not to. And at this point of the time, there's a half a dozen teams out here or more that need wide receiver help, especially like a guy, he's an elite level wide receiver that been released by their team. And he's out there right now. Every team in the NFL who needs wide receiver help is looking at him, who has the money and resources. And the Saints are not in a good situation, monetarily speaking, to go after Odell Beckham anyway. And once again, I'm going to say this again. I don't think he clears waivers. I think one of the team. I'll be surprised if he clears waivers. Anything can happen, but I'll be surprised if Odell Beckham clears waivers. We'll see. All right, let's DC. You want to add to that, or I'm
I mean,
jump to
the
the next
only thing I would say on it, it's interesting for us to think about and to get excited about. It's a long shot. Apparently, it's a possibility, but I don't think we would have had anything that we could have traded that they would have wanted that we're willing to give up to match that money. So the Saints could very well still be interested in this. I mean, we don't know which direction they want to go with the team now. I mean, we're obviously in a situation where we're not going to be paying a quarterback $20-25 million a year. We're so used to doing that and making things work and operating along that line for a long time. So I think it's still a way where you could fit him in, depending on how much he wants to get paid, how serious is he about coming here, and how bad Sean Payton wants him. Maybe we can take our offense to another plateau if we get another receiver, elite receiver like that guy, and pair him up with Mike Thomas. Their games pair together perfectly, in my opinion. Like, he can stretch the field. Mike T can work underneath stuff, similar to what they expected to happen with the Browns and Jarvis Landry over there. So it's very interesting, Q, but it's definitely a long shot for it happening. I hope it happens. I'm not sure it will. More probably won't. But you never know, bro. You never know. I think it's all on OBJ. If he really wants to come here, I think the Saints are willing to make a way to try to fit him if he wants to be here.
Yeah, we that's the part.
But like you said, he's got a clear waiver, so there's too many steps and hurdles to jump over to be acting like this is a layup.
Yeah, this is not a layup, man. This is more like a trick shot off the backboard, like one of them commercials of Larry Bird and Michael Jordan when he's shooting off the backboard for some fries or whatever. That's what the hell this is. It's a trickeration there.
You still got Deshaun Watson. I'm not Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Jackson out there.
Forget about that, DC. Injury report. Here we go to get involved in it.
Well, you don't like Deshaun Jackson.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with Deshaun Jackson, bro. It's just not realistic right now. I mean,
we need something, Q. We lost a bunch of shit. We got. I mean,
listen, we got to work with what we got right now, my brother. It's halfway through the season. We got to work with what we got.
We got too much goddamn pride.
No, it's not pride. It's not pride, bro. They willing to work with what they got. They've been working with these guys before they had some success. So I ain't
never seen us take this many big hits on offense though all at once though, man. That's a lot.
You'll be all right, DC. Trust me.
Andrews Pete, you got Andrews Pete, you got MT, and you got James. I never think the Saints went through this.
All right, here we go. The Thursday injury report for the family members, week 9.
Damn, Los Saints. I said Deshaun Jackson bad.
New Orleans Saints. Here we go.
Bro.
QB Jameis Winston. Of course, we know he's out for the season. Malcolm Jenkins was limited. He didn't practice yesterday because of a sore knee. He was limited Thursday. That's good news. Carl Granderson was shut down for Wednesday and Thursday with a shoulder issue. Ty Montgomery has hamstring issues. He was shut down once again today. And Dwayne Washington was limited with the neck issue. Yesterday, he was fully practiced today, showing that he's on the plus side of this thing. Taysom Hill also fully practiced today. He was limited yesterday, which means he's on the plus side of that thing. Peyton Turner was still limited, dealing with a calf issue. Teron Armstead was limited with that groin. And Laddie Daddy fully practiced. He's still on that list with that hand. The Falcons, not much going on with the Falcons. From their injury report, Jonathan Bullock, concussion, was DNP both Wednesday and Thursday. Wide receiver Kelvin Ridley, that's the biggest name right there. Ridley is once again DNP Thursday, dealing not injury-related designation, which means he took some time off dealing with mental health issues. Wide receiver Russell Gage.
Get it together, man. You never want to hear that.
Yeah, Russell Gage is also is fully practiced as well. So the Falcons do have a wide receiver there that they're going to try to rely on in the matchup against the Saints. So even though they have a small injury report, Kelvin Ridley on there is a major plus offensively for Atlanta. Them not having them, it spells trouble. But we still got to go there and handle business and knock their ass out the ballpark, bottom line. So, all right, let's move on to our next article here, family. We'll go over to the next one. We'll cover Cam Jordan. Remember Cam Jordan did that fantastic flip during the game? Y'all remember that? Well, guess what? Cam said the NFL hit him with a random drug test. After he did that fantastic.
Can't even do a backflip no more.
That last dragon ass backflip got the NFL in Roger the Skunk Goodell drug testing him. And of course, Cam's, here's this tweet right here, was waiting on the NFL drug test to come in. He says one little roll back during the game and a sack forced fumble, and it's random drug test time. So yeah, how about that? And this Cam was throwing it out there. He was laughing at it. He said, let no good expression of world-class athleticism go unpunished. That's the lesson Cam Jordan learned when he noticed from the NFL that he was summoned for a random test for performance-enhancing drugs.
It's random? What type of random, Q?
They said that Cam Jordan learned when he received notice from the NFL that he's been summoned for a random test for performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs. Just days before the big New Orleans Saints.
I wonder how they gauge the randomness of it.
Was spotted passing on helping hand from teammate Marcus Williams to roll backwards and flip onto his feet. Check it out in the video below. Y'all probably seen it right here. Here it is right here.
And so that.
Let's run it back. Y'all probably seen it.
What was the little move where he was shuffling his feet before?
He had to get in position.
He shuffled his feet and spent around.
And so that.
Damn, that get you a drug test now?
That gets you a drug test.
That's pretty impressive for a dude who about 6'4", 280.
Not bad at all.
That's impressive.
All right. So he said Jordan always high energy level has been one of the best qualities as a pro, allowing him to continue pressuring quarterback late in the games during the very long season. And acrobatic displays like this at north of 280 pounds, 285 to be exact, helps to reinforce that. He has 2 sacks in back-to-back games and has benefited from David Onyemata and Marcus Davenport's return to the lineup. Let's see what he has in store against Matt Ryan in Atlanta. Remember, he always has his best performances against Matty Icy Hot. He sacked Matty Icy Hot more than any other quarterback in his career. Remember, he had the 4-sack performance against Atlanta.
Yeah, he was eating all type of turkey every time we play Atlanta on Turkey Day, boy.
Yep, his most favorite opponent to throw to the ground on Sunday. Ryan has been sacked by Jordan 21 times in 20 games together. That's
a quarter of his sacks, damn near.
That's an NFL record for the most times a quarterback has been sacked by a single defender. Hopefully, Cam can extend his lead while chasing the elusive century mark. He's currently at 96.5 sacks and 167 career regular season games. Yeah, he's going to get there. Cam's definitely going to get there, man. He's going to get there. So big ups to Cam. Keep your head up, Cam. Don't worry about that Roger the Skunk chump trash Goodell. DC comment.
I'm just wondering. I want to see how they select the test because I mean it don't sound very random.
It's random, my friend.
That shit don't seem random. It sound like they got some type of stipulations for the test or something they looking at. That they keep getting these damn tests, bro. That's kind of crazy, man. But it's impressive for him to do that. Cam finally getting on track. He sacked and forced a fumble on the Golden Boy, basically pushed him down with one arm. So he got to be on PEDs, right? You can't just beat Tom Brady fair and square.
I say
he's God in cleats, apparently.
I strongly recommend the NFL to go drug test the entire Tampa Bay defense. I'll be honest with you.
They was playing like they was on steroids or some
they was
shit.
There was roid raging, in my opinion. I seen it. It was out of control, just stupid stuff like the guy with the helmet ghosting, running into the quarterback. You can look in his eyes, see that he's just stupid stuff like they were roid raging.
Do they have any random tests that they
also I haven't heard anything. And Jensen, who's the center for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, needs to be drug tested too, because I think he might be suffering from a major case of dirty and stupidness that he needs to be fined for that expeditiously. But anyway, let's get into the rest of this stuff here. Expeditiously. All right, here's also from Saints Wire and Mr. Sigler on the scoop here. Is he talking about, guess what? Your punter, Blake Gillikin is no longer on. He's on the island to himself. He's the man on his own island. Blake Gillikin, named NFC Special Teams Player of the Month for October. Big ups to this young punter who's he is a weapon. And it's not easy for you to follow behind a legend like Tommy Morstead, and it's turning out great performances like this. Blake Gillikin is a weapon. As you look at his numbers here, Special Teams Player of the Month numbers, month of October, he had 17 punts, 10 of the 17 inside of the 20. He had averaged of almost 47 yards per punt. Blake Gilligan doing his thing, man. Special teams player of the month. Congratulations to Blake Gillikin. New Orleans punter Blake Gillikin has been named to the NFC Special Teams Player of the Month for the month of October. Over 4 games in October, Gillikin averaged 49.6 yards per punt with a 45.5 net average, 10 punts inside the 20-yard line. That's special. During the October 10th game against the Washington football team, Gillikin became the first punter since at least 2000 to have 3 punts of at least 53 yards downed inside the 3-yard line, according to the Saints. The 3 punts, a 60-yarder, downed at the 1 yard, 57-yard out of bounds, and a 3-yard line with 53-yard line down at the 2. He was snubbed for the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Now, Gillikin is the first Saints player to be named a player of the month since Cam Jordan did in 2020, and he joins Tommy Morstead in 2019 as the only 2 Saints punters to be named to the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. So, congratulations to young Blake Gillikin as the Special Teams Player of the Month.
And shout outs to our scouting department to move on from Thomas Morstead and carry this guy all last year. Who's wondering why we carried 2 punters? This is why, man. This dude is special, and we can move on from one great Hall of Fame punter
to a young,
possibly a young up and coming next one. Maybe we got our punter for the next 12, 14 years, man. He might follow in the footsteps of the guy that he followed around his rookie season and figured out all the codes, apparently, Q, because he came in bombs away. And no better time, man, because with the defense playing the way they are and the way that we have to play offense now, he's really going to be an asset to our team and a very, very important part to our success.
All right. Yeah, that's absolutely right, DC. Big Blake Gillikin. Remember, the Saints was trying to bring him. He brought him on the team. They had 2 active punters at the start of the season. They were contemplating getting rid of Tommy Morstead last year. Blake Gillikin had a very strange injury that put him on the IR for the entire year. And the Saints knew what they had in Gillikin. And listen, Tommy Morstead really helped this kid out. He's special, man. It's good. I'm glad he on my team. I'll just tell you that much. And also, we had Brian Johnson, who we picked up from the practice squad for the Chicago Bears, has been lights out as a punter for it. So the special teams game is really stepping up. The defense is growing. The running game is coming together with Ingram there as well. And, of course, we just got to get steady quarterback play and keep moving through the season, man, and to meet all these obstacles.
Now, if we can get a better injury department, I think we be well on our way, Q.
We on our way. We on our way, man. We on our way. We got some guys.
First Will Lutz, then Michael Thomas. We both thinking they coming back. And we had a setback.
Yep, setbacks.
See you next year.
Yep.
What the hell going on with our injury department, bro? Moving on.
It happens. It happens, bro. Sometimes it happens. Of course, James joins.
It's happening to us a lot right now.
Yeah. So with that being said, fam, listen, I appreciate y'all for chiming on the show. Please feel free to hit the like button. If you hadn't hit the like button, please also feel free to subscribe. Hit the hell out the like button. It's free. Subscribe button is also free. Dang. And share the links on your social media feed to help out the platform as well. As we covered it, this one, TSC Odell Beckham Jr. working towards split Saints potential landing spot. We go over it like later on today. They'll release more information on what that reduced contract looks like. We'll have a lot more particulars to talk about for our Friday stream. So later on today, we'll come back with the Saints versus Falcons preview stream that we do every Friday. We'll open up the lines of communication and then later and hear from you guys, and we'll break down the game and everything like that there. We'll talk about it. We also did a preview on Low. We went to me and Big Low did a show together previewing the Saints and Falcons matchup. You can feel free to check that out in the community section. Go to the community section of the platform, and the show should be right there. Click on, you can watch it. We had good fun over there on Low's channel as well. So much love to Brother Low and the family over there. And we'll do our preview stream this Friday. Well, today is Friday. So later on today, we'll be back to cover more information for the Saints Black Gold. We'll preview this thing. Plus, we'll hear from you guys as well. And then later on, we'll do the Pelican post-game report. We'll have some fun because they're taking on the Golden State Warriors. So with that being said, it's going to be a busy day as DC look like he's frozen. All right, so DC is turned into a zombie.
I fell asleep for a second. My eyes open.
With his eyes open, looking like a damn zombie sitting up there. That's them plantains. All right, so with that being said,
that was the pudding.
The plantain pudding. The truth is in the plantain pudding. I got you, DC. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining the stream tonight, man. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your Friday. You guys get some rest, and we'll pop up here tomorrow on the Sports Coma to talk about it again. Much love to you guys. Who dat? And we out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or robbery could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the Sports Coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
The WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelican, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, the WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.